Oh
Just a couple of silly friends talking about serious stuff.
Happy holidays.
no! Happy holidays!
I wore my traditional holiday sweater. Not the holiday sweater I showed you last time. A fuzzy kitten sweater.
Oh, wait.
Boy,
Oh, that's fantastic.
it's so fuzzy.
Thank you for joining us for Two Friends React. Not what I was expecting.
That was not what I was expecting.
I know. I'm just gonna sneak that in there. Two friends react to Crazy Ex-Girlfriend.
That's limber.
And there enough. We made a holiday special.
That's right, we did.
Yeah.
You can find it here.
Yeah, we watched Swiss Army Man.
Yeah.
It was great. It was great. Oh, my heart. I mean, to be honest, I have had opinions continue to develop after watching. Yeah, it was great. It was a great film. We wanna thank people for commenting.
Yeah, it
Yeah.
brightens our days so much.
Yeah, I really appreciate it. And I really appreciate the insights too. Like we've got Joel Party, who were discussing like whether or not if something had actually happened or whether it was something that Rebecca had um imagined. In response to that, he says, I can't worry too much about whether any given scene really happened or could happen in real life. The stakes for the stories they are telling feel real, and the choices that matter feel real. And I love that.
Yeah, that's important. I mean,
Yeah.
even when two people are experience the same event, they can remember it different ways. So it's important to understand that their feelings are valid and what they're experiencing feels really real.
And I mean, my therapist tells me that I can't compare reasons for feeling bad or feeling feelings because everybody's got different reason for feeling feelings. And you can't say like, oh, well, I shouldn't feel bad because other people feel it have it worse. It's like, no, you can't compare. So suffering is relative. And even here, we are not comparing, saying like, oh, that's not that doesn't hurt that bad. I've heard worse. No, you're saying, oh shit, that text was not meant for John. Like, oh no. So I feel that. I appreciate that. And thank you.
And it was fun reading about how Ben and Joel both really resonated with the song from episode 11. Oh, it's You Stupid Bitch.
Yeah.
And how having it be so intentionally comedic and so over the top really helps us when we're in those negative states. Thank you very much for sharing your experience. I always feel like I sound insincere when I say that. And I feel like my nervousness makes me sound less sincere.
What happened last week?
Last week, we talked about crack,
Oh, right.
and
Oh,
Rebecca
right.
had the turn down the settlement offer on behalf of tenants. Now, I am not a lawyer, but my understanding is that she would need to get approval from the people in the lawsuit before turning down a settlement. I'm pretty sure she has to present the offer.
There is no clear indication that Rebecca actually gives a shit about the person that Josh actually is and not just the perception of what she sees. Because he says that he's uncomfortable. And she doesn't care. And that's weird.
Yeah, it's not cool.
That's not cool. Oh, just right past.
Yeah, he's not demonstrating the best boundaries either.
Yeah. Like, somebody's gotta say something. Right? This is awful. This is so uncomfortable. Daryl.
Coming to terms with his bisexuality.
How wonderful. Paula was the mastermind to get Josh in front of Rebecca at a table. It worked. 100% it worked. He felt uncomfortable and invited all of his friends to come join them. And woo.
Greg was scheming with Valencia.
Yeah. Which is weird because wasn't Greg referring to a table, referring to Valencia, saying that this table was going to ruin Josh's life?
Yeah, he sure was. I bet that's confusing to Josh too.
Mm-hmm. We are not mental health professionals.
No, we are not.
We just like to talk about mental health stuff because that's what our lives have been.
Pretty much.
You know, you gotta have that focus.
We don't own the content. We're not a substitute for it.
Looks like it's time for Josh and I go to Los Angeles.
Road trip.
Beep beep. Honk honk.
Beep, beep, beep,
Toot
beep.
toot. Toot toot to beep honk.
I'm gonna fix this. All we need is some random guy. Ooh, Trent.
Oh, that's right. We forgot Trent showed up.
Oh no! We forgot about Trent. Oh, so many kisses in this episode.
Oh, honey. So, what are you doing here?
Something just hit me. With severe gambling addiction, it no longer is about how much money you have. It's what personal boundaries you're willing to cross for yourself, and to put that on the line. And that adrenaline rush. And I think that's what's happening here. It's an
Maybe.
adrenaline rush of, I'm willing to do this much. I'm willing to do this much. I'm willing to do this much.
I can see that.
Yeah, that.
Look, honey, I don't know what this girl's problem is, but you and I have dinner plans later.
Yeah.
So I will see you at home.
Okay.
Okay. I love you.
I love you too.
No.
He pulled through. He caught on to the game.
Good improviser.
This could be the biggest case the county's ever seen.
Wow, really?
Yes, so I need your help.
Sure.
Great!
Why did she come over in that outfit after being in a sewer?
Oh yeah, she tromped right into the house, didn't she?
She must have smelled awful.
Was it sewer water or was it?
I don't know.
Yeah, there's different pipes for different waters.
It's fair. Yeah.
I guess I was wrong. I'm sorry.
And I know you don't like her, I get it. But this case could be something great, not just for us, but for a lot of people.
Okay,
I trust you.
Thank you for that kiss. Wow. Unless you want to kiss again for any reason.
Okay.
Yay!
And he still looked behind him.
Yep.
Just to be clear, you want to get a drink, but just not any place where people we know might see us.
Exactly.
Okay.
Mm.
But I'm not going to go back into the closet. Not for anybody.
Good policy. Staying in the closet is not a healthy state of being.
Mm-hmm.
It may be necessary. No shame.
I have loved you since the moment that I saw you freshman year in the cafeteria. And then last week, out of nowhere, you friended me on Facebook, and then some lady called me and said that she thought I was your boyfriend. So weird, right? Oh, I am interesting. I almost invented Twitter, but I thought, no one's gonna use that. And I have a pet lizard, and I drag boulders and trees for fitness.
Dude.
Oh.
We're not gonna have a relationship.
Oh. I don't want to have to go back to your friends and tell them I don't know you. Much rather stay here and make you dinner.
You blackmailing me?
Oh, you know what they say. One person's blackmailing is another person's love story.
Who says that?
Me? I do. Got it from a phrase book.
Okay.
Let's just have a quiet night at home and reconnect, huh? Do you like couscous? I do. Do you like Tarantino? I don't.
Yeah, the blackmail thing is really gross and weird and controlly. But up until then, I was totally sold. He's a really cool guy.
Yep.
This is so exciting. I've always wanted to work here. This place is so weird. You sure you want your GF around 24/7?
Yeah, dating your coworker. That's
I can see how people could make it work. But
yeah.
is he gonna be your manager or
I don't know. It's unclear. He's certainly been there longer.
Mm-hmm.
Let's hear their offer first, okay?
Daryl, trust me. They're scared. They're only here to fork over the cashola.
So Josh didn't just pick up on that thing that was said in front of him.
That is Audra Levine. Audra Levine.
She has a life you could have had.
She does just dress differently now, doesn't she?
Yeah. She changed her whole style.
Mm-hmm.
We're both losers who have no friends, so shouldn't we, team up or something? Never.
So sad.
Our offer is no settlement.
That was just a dirty trick? Oh, you're good.
This is real deep beef from way back in the past. Deeper than I'll put a foot up in the crack of your ass. But now we'll see whose bars will prevail. In this beef of two hard as nails, she brews from Scarsdale. I'm street smart. You mean cause you minored in urban planning? And I banged your hedge fund manager fiance back in college over winter holidays. A Jap back tour.
Oh my god.
Straight up thug. That word is racist. Someone ought to tell you. Like me, I belong to the ACLU. Plus, I spent a semester in Kenya. Remember? Well, it's settled then. We're both cool with black people. Progressive as hell. Though, of course, I support Israel. Word, but call off the suit or you're dead, C-word.
That was woo. That was a lot. What can I say? It was wonderful. I like the song. I like the song. I don't give a shit. I love the song.
I think they did a great job executing that.
Yeah, they did a great job.
And I really enjoyed quite a few of those jokes.
Mm-hmm.
Dirty shit. Dirty jokes. Finally meet Audra.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I did not expect God, just everybody. They're just pulling the illusions out. Like, yes, we talked about you episodes and episodes and episodes ago. Fantastic.
That's really gonna throw a wrench into things for that case. have her old law firm and Audra there.
She was about to make partner. And now she's comfortable. They don't realize who they're messing with.
Yeah. She chose to leave.
Mm-hmm.
We'll see.
Are you sure you can beat her?
Of course I can.
Ugh, she's got confidence.
Sure. Greg says you want to work here.
Well, Greg and I thought it'd be fun to hang out and spend time together and maybe hook up in the stock room in our spare time.
We didn't say that.
Yeah, we did.
Huh?
And you can bang it out in the stock room whenever you want. Got 2 arms, no waiting.
No, I don't really like
No
strangers
waiting.
touching me.
Well, that was uncomfortable.
Hmm. But excellent strategy. If you don't want someone to fucking your stock rooms, just tell them how cool it is.
But I made homemade tagliatelle.
From scratch?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, no, this is so weird. I don't know you.
Get to know me. That's an excellent question. I'm sorry, I'm on the other side.
Tell me about your day.
No. Okay.
He did come all the way from LA. No, I haven't just said stop. Stop. She doesn't know him anything. She doesn't know him anything.
I found myself having very similar reactions.
No matter what, I believe in you, and that's what matters, right?
No. Okay, you can sleep at the foot of my bed tonight. Please don't look that excited.
It's just how I look.
You let him sleep on your floor? Bottling away what you need to let out.
Like a dormant volcano just waiting to erupt.
Aww.
What is up with you lately?
I don't know.
Oh,
I think that Daryl will overcome what's going on in his heart, in his mind. I'm there for it. It's great. And good for Joe. This show likes to play with Ray's a lot.
It was cracking me up in the last episode when he called him White Joshua. White Joshua.
White Joshua.
That's a cute little throwaway joke. I love it.
hi.
Where is everyone?
Whew.
It was expensive, so I put it on my credit card because I know we're gonna win.
All right, I'm just gonna ovary up.
South El Monte is here.
North El Monte is here.
Josh?
Aww.
We are here to stand up for our rights.
Can you hear a trickling sound? Drip, 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 that no handyman can fix.
Oh, I mean, I know it's a lawsuit, but I'm getting all swelled up, just believing, like, feeling like it's a protest.
I like that we have this progressive show with this really diverse cast and this progressive protagonist who also has a lot of performative aspects to her progressiveness, especially around race. And we saw that in the last episode when she was intentionally invoking fears around race with the use of crack. And in this episode with the discussions about being cool with Black people and like what it means to be that. So I think that it's really interesting to show how that surface level, like, I'm like really cool with, all of this woke stuff is not always translated into every other aspect.
Yeah. Like, yeah, I just say that this show just approaches race in a lot of different ways. I mean, to be even to call him Joe. And you know, his friends, or his friend Beans or something, like, oh, he may insist that we call him that. Like, we have to. But even just yeah, just bringing it up in a lot of different ways and a lot of different tones. Yeah.
And I think that it says something about her personality as well, and how she's willing to bend her own integrity around race and how she interacts with it, depending on the context and how it suits her.
Bending her own integrity?
Well, when I'm thinking about how she was intentionally invoking fears around race, like that's not what I would consider super ethical behavior. And as somebody who says she's cool with Black people, like, then those things don't mesh to me very well. Like, you wouldn't be intentionally promoting harmful stereotypes if you also cared about those people that were being impacted.
Yeah.
That is research that I've been compiling for years. First when I worked at Greater City Water, and then when I worked on a very extensive independent research project nobody asked for or wanted to read.
Oh my God, look. The scary opposing lawyer's coming over now.
What is your degree in?
Advanced hydro engineering. I have 2 PhDs, as a matter of fact.
Wow, impressive. And how long have you been a diagnosed schizophrenic?
16 years.
Oh no. That's extremely hateful and harmful.
Yeah, pretty ableist. Like, that doesn't mean his research isn't valid.
Yeah.
Can't you just have that independently verified?
No, Trent, not now. Tucked in turtleneck, that's not a look you see every day.
I wonder who decided that turtlenecks were the creepiest option here.
Oh my God, this is great.
She still doesn't own anything, but it'd be cool if she gave him a chance. I'm curious to see how that would go. She seems enthusiastic. She doesn't owe him anything.
If Audrey Levine had these, would she use it? Yes, because she is a monster.
I feel like they made it seem like this lawsuit from start to finish happened in like a couple of weeks. But don't they usually take years?
Oh my God. Yeah.
The actress who plays Audrey gives such good looks.
Something's wrong. What's going on?
I believe in you.
When I grow up, I'm going to be the best at everything. Well, I'm going to be the happiest.
What? That's stupid. Who cares about being happy?
This case really comes down to a few simple facts. People who live not 45 minutes from here are being relentlessly exploited by a big, fancy, greedy Los Angeles corporation. I hope you don't rule out Bert's evidence just because, you know, he's got a few issues. Don't we all? All I can do is hold myself to the same standard of integrity and honesty of the people I represent.
Like, it was really cool to get a big group of people, like a community of people behind a shared ideal and going to the courthouse and fighting for their rights. And they were having this experience in the context of it being a lawsuit. But this kind of shit can also happen in protests. Like, this could have happened with a tenants union. Or just like growing and growing and growing with momentum. Yeah, this is, if there's a way that you can get involved in community advocacy in any aspect. If you're part of like a tenants union, or if there is a transit riders union, or if there is a community garden in your area.
Yeah.
I mean, community gardens are like they're tough to fight for because other people want that land. And if you can get involved in any of these communities and fight for your rights, like it feels that good when you're walking up the stairs with a shared ideal. So
when I still lived in the city, I was part of a group that got together every week and talked about local, state, and national politics while just hanging out, drinking, eating, having a good time. And then we would, at some point in the evening, like contact our legislators, and then that group spawned out like a bunch of different events that would happen, and a big community of friends and people who socialize outside of those events. So, yeah.
it's a great idea.
I miss it, actually, quite a bit.
Well, may you have a similar fulfillment in your future.
Yeah.
No, I used to like her, but
you still do. And I don't want to be your backup plan.
Don't settle for me.
what?
Come on, dude, don't settle for me. And that look in your eyes means you're in love.
Shut up and listen.
I know I am. Oh.
But I need, like, so much more.
Such a better version.
I'm way too badass to be someone you settle for.
Yeah. Yes.
Oh, Heather sings.
And just saying the healthy version of Josh's or of Greg's song.
Mm-hmm. But the thing is that Heather's great. Who wouldn't want to be with her? But it's her as she is right now. Maybe by being like, settle for me as I am right now means that we're keeping each other, we're motivating each other to doing and being the next definition of what we want to be. You know, you just kind of just get stuck in a rut. Like you're not really changing anything. You're not really.
Yeah.
You're just stuck in the same job. You're just stuck in the same level of happiness.
Well, some people do really well that way. I'm probably not one of them.
Mm-hmm.
You tend to like a little more variety.
Mm-hmm. No, but I mean, like, sometimes people are settling for each other when it's easy.
Mm-hmm.
When there's a great opportunity to be challenging each other.
Yeah.
But it's hard.
But I am afraid that Miss Levine and her colleagues have raised sufficient doubts about your evidence. I must find in favor of the defendants, Greater City Water. Thank you. This court is adjourned.
Is that why? Rebecca really should have had that information ahead of time, though.
Can I just give a shout out to all my friends with schizoaffective disorder?
Yeah.
Everybody out there who I know and love. And that I don't know, but do love.
Yes.
Yeah, it really sucks that people think that they can look down on you, and it's just really gross. I'm not really thrilled with this. The way that it was written or handled. This is like, It's so cruel to assume that people are people have no value in their insights
Yeah.
on
Yeah.
reality as it is happening through their eyes. Like, I don't know. I just think it's
To me,
Yeah,
it
like-
seems like they were trying to say that in the show, but it did feel like it was a little clumsy for the execution. I mean, she said something along the lines of, "Don't we all have a few issues?" But that doesn't really feel like addressing it to me. It's
right.
like a little bit of hand waving
Mm-hmm.
instead of being much more explicit, much clearer with the judge that this should not be a reason that should affect it. She should have had an argument that they could have third party verification or something along those lines.
Yeah.
And that it would be totally ableist to dismiss the case purely based off of somebody's mental health issues. Like when it's not about their mental health issues, it's about their research.
I'm really sorry.
Slow clap, slow. Yes, we never saw the light.
They're not mad at me?
Mad at you? You stood up to the bully. You gave them a voice.
I think we can agree that I've just won in general.
Yes. I know how hard your life can be. Don't forget to be happy. Because that's really important.
This is what happy feels like.
This is what happy feels like. Why aren't you happy? Why aren't you happy? Okay.
Just love her facial expression.
Wait. I am so sorry. I'm sorry I asked you to hide.
I'm going for drinks with this gay man whom I have a crush on.
He's way out of your league. Nice job.
Hey, back off, dude. He looks like Tom Selleck.
Yes, we right there.
Oh.
Under. Yeah, there you go.
You've uncovered the biggest local story since the City of Bell scandal, and I promise you, we're gonna get to the bottom of it.
Yay! It's great that it shows the other positive benefits that this kind of action can have.
It doesn't have to end. I'm excited that the story is going to get picked up.
And that felt realistic. Like, the reality is the small law firm didn't have whatever resources to properly vet everything, and the big corporate lawyers did, and they won the case. And often the judges have biases, and often the laws are specifically written in ways that really end up benefiting corporations.
Brought you some chocolate. We can mess up our clothes now. Rebecca, you're not perfect. No one is. You tried really hard today.
I don't know. I wanted you to be proud of me.
To say, I just wanted you to be proud of me. Like, do you not see how much bigger this is than Josh now? Like,
yeah,
this is so much bigger. Good gracious.
I didn't know you thought about me that much.
Of course I do. Like 2?
Oh no! Oh!
Craig, I'm sorry. I mean, those two, they were just meant to be. I mean, you have to see that now.
Oh my god, they kissed. I could feel it coming. I just wasn't sure who was gonna do it first.
Yeah. She stood up for West Covina, which he
Yeah.
loved. Treasured.
She just needed a change.
Dear Rebecca, Nora
Nope.
Bunch.
Aww. That's Aww. So they were freshmen at Harvard together?
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. That's cute.
Yeah, it's funny how even though she just went through the same thing with Josh, that she's not willing to entertain it at all for him. I guess she had her kiss with Josh. She is set.
I have used all of the people along the way I needed to. That's a cruel way to say it, but I mean, Trent just gets called out of the blue. That is college crush.
Yeah.
Wants to be his girlfriend. I don't know. I don't know. It'd be cool if he came back. I'm just saying.
If Trent came back?
Yeah. Aw. And yeah, Greg. And Greg.
Or Greg.
Oh, Greg. He already doesn't trust women.
And now he has proof that she really was interested in him.
Mm-hmm. Great. Oh. And I guess we should talk about, like, why didn't she use the emails? And why was it okay for her to give those emails to... Oh, because is it that in the press you don't have to reveal who your source is? Or...
Yeah, probably.
Is that
Yeah, I was
how that
given
goes?
these anonymously.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. In court, yeah, it sounded like she may have gotten away with it temporarily, but the chance of her getting caught later on.
Yeah. Find a way to work around it.
And we don't really know Trent well enough to totally trust him on that kind of stuff yet, do we?
Why do I believe that he's true to his word? There's something about the way he says, like, I'll tell all your friends.
He's very straightforward.
Genuinely
Yeah.
believe. But I believed everything else he said, too. Join us next time for Josh Goes to Hawaii.
Oh, fancy.
But thank you so much.
Thank you very much for joining us. It's lovely seeing you. I can't hear you anymore, but I hope you have wonderful holidays. Thank you so much. We look forward to interacting with you in the comments.
Yay!
Happy holidays! Bye!
Bye!